Sup, losers? I hope you're doing fantastic. So, the Game of the Awards nominations have finally been announced, and I kind of just wanted to go through all of them with you guys. It might take a little bit because there is a lot of server traffic right now, but I really wanted to get this out as soon as possible. I am going to be going on the categories from bottom to top because I wanted to end with Game of the Year. I feel like that makes the best sense, so I'm going to be going from right to left, bottom to top. So to start off, we have Best Esports Team. We have Bilibili Gaming, Gen G, Navi, T1, and Team Liquid. I don't watch a lot of esports. The only one I really follow is League of Legends. And to be honest with you, I gotta give it to T1. Given the fact that they did win Worlds this year and did really well, it's hard to not just go with them. So, next category. Oh, wait, now I'm already going the wrong spot. Best Esports Athlete. Again, don't really know most of these. So, we got 3-3, Alex B, Chovy, Faker, Zaiwu, and then, I don't remember how to pronounce this. I remember in the video, Jeff Keighley said a completely different name. But anyway, I gotta go Faker. Everyone knows Faker. It's hard not to. So next we have Best Esports Game. Alright, so we have Counter-Strike 2, we have Dota 2, we have League of Legends, we have Mobile Legends Bang Bang, which I have never heard of, and then we have Valorant. Honestly, I don't want to vote for any of these. I really don't. I definitely don't want to give it to League of Legends. I'm going to say Counter-Strike 2 because I think with its new release, it's been doing really well. So I'm just going to go with that one. That's kind of why I wanted to start with these instead of end with them, because I don't have a lot to say about the esports game, and I think the more we get in to the higher ones, I'm going to have a lot more to say. So next we have Content Creator of the Year. We have Queso, we have Ilo1, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, and then Usada Pekora. I'm honestly debating between Queso and Pekora. I think both of them have done very well, but call me a VTuber simp because I am. I'm going to go with Pekora. So next we have the most anticipated game. So we got Death Stranding 2, we've got Ghost of Yotei, we've got Grand Theft Auto 6, we've got Metroid Prime 4, and then we got Monster Hunter Wilds. I've never played the first Death Stranding game. I don't know, maybe eventually I'll get to it. It's just never super appealed to me. I really like Kojima. I've played almost 300 hours in Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, I'm one of those. But I don't know, I'm not super excited for Death Stranding. Ghost of Yotei, kind of in a similar boat where I played a little bit of the first one, but like, I don't know, I'm probably gonna play it. I'm not super hyped for it. Again, same thing with Grand Theft Auto 6. Haven't been super into any of the Grand Theft Auto games, but I know Grand Theft Auto is gonna go pretty well. Metroid Prime 4, I'm excited for it. I think my excitement, though, has died a lot given that it has been in development hell for ages. Also say hello to my cat. And then we got Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds, I'm probably going to give this to. With the demo and everything of the sort, it looks to be amazing. Like, it seriously looks fantastic, and everything I've played so far is extremely exciting and extremely well. I probably am going to give it to that one. First, I gotta put my cat away from the desk. Alright, so now we have Best Adaptation. So we got Arcane, we've got Fallout, we've got Knuckles, we got Like a Dragon, Yazuka, we've got Tomb Raider, Legend of Lara Croft. I'm sorry, but this one's easy. You can't not pick Arcane. You really can't. Arcane Season 2 so far has been phenomenal. Like, it has been absolutely amazing. That I just can't not vote for it. You know, it's in some ways better than the first season, and the first season won Best Adaptation already. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Next, we have Best Multiplayer. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Not gonna lie, didn't realize Space Marine 2 was a multiplayer game. I haven't really played any of these. I have played Helldivers 2. I know Helldivers really, it hit really strong, and then it kind of with Sony actively trying to kill the game, really fell off a bit. But I think I still got to give it Helldivers just because of how strong the launch was and how, like, it blew up. Whereas the rest of these games didn't really blow up as much. Maybe Tekken 8. Call of Duty 6 was okay, but I think Helldivers really, like, went hard. Sports racing, probably not a lot to say about these games. Oh god, they all have numbers in them. F124, EA Sports, FC, 2K25, Topspin, 2K25, WWE 24. Not gonna lie, I don't want to vote for any of these. I think I'll just give it to EA Sports 25. That's the only one I've ever actually heard of, other than obviously NBA, but Sim strategy game. Age of Methodology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. I have only heard of one of these games, and Unicorn Overlord is fantastic. Seriously, one of the best, like, Fire Emblem style games I've seen in a long time. It takes the vibe of Fire Emblem, but completely changes up the formula. Obviously, it's not a Fire Emblem game, but it hits as a Fire Emblem fan, it hits the vibes that I want from a game that's similar to it, but it completely changes it in a way that's fresh and exciting, and seriously incredible game, and very much deserves my vote here. Best family game. We got Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and Plucky Squire. Gotta give it to Astrobot. Astrobot deserves it 100%. The game went hard, and it's really good. Don't have a lot to say about the rest of these, to be honest with you. Haven't played Princess Peach Showtime. Mario Party, I'm in and out of. I don't buy them just because I don't play them a lot with a lot of friends. Echoes of Wisdom, again, also have not played. Plucky Squire I've heard of, but I just haven't seen. So yeah, I gotta give to Astrobot on that one. Best fighting game. We've got Sparking Zero, Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, Multiverses, Tekken 8. Tekken 8 I have not played, but I've heard very good things about. Multiverses I played a little bit when it launched, but it's okay. Marvel vs. Capcom I have not played. Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising I have not played, but I played the original, and the original is fantastic. I'm going this direction because I gotta give it to Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero went so hard, and it's so in-depth, and it looks fantastic. I think it steals this category. It really does. Alright, so next we got Best RPG. We've got Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. This is where it gets hard. Dragon's Dogma 2, I don't think deserves it. I think it had a poor launch, and it's not that great of a game. I am very conflicted on Shadow of the Erdtree. It is a fantastic DLC, but it's a DLC. I mean, it does have more content than a lot of games, and so I understand that. but it doesn't feel right for a game that already had the chance to win a category, and already had a chance to win stuff, to have DLC that comes out and possibly win a bunch of categories. It just doesn't feel right to me. So I don't think I'm going to vote for it for that. Final Fantasy Rebirth is an absolutely phenomenal game. It's amazing, fantastic. I played it at launch, and I really played the heck out of it. I mean, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I have not played Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio is also an incredible game. It really is. I'm just debating what I want to vote for here, but I think I'm going to give it to Metaphor. And the reason I'm going to do that is because Metaphor is just a breath of fresh air. It's a completely new thing, and it borrows from other games in the series. Like, it borrows a bunch of Persona mechanics, which work really well, and it's just such a clean, precise, and nice game. I love Rebirth. I really do. But I think Metaphor just kind of steals it, and just being a fresh concept, it's a nice, well put together game. Rebirth is great, but it's got a lot of issues with its like its open world stuff and all of the areas, and just the exploring. It just felt like it was tacked on to make the game longer rather than to, enhance the experience. I ended up skipping most of it, and I had a lot better experience, I think, by not doing all of the content in the game. Whereas Metaphor, if you do all of the content, you're having a good time for a majority of the game. So I think I'm going to give it to Metaphor. Next, we have Best Action Adventure. Astrobot, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, Echoes of Wisdom. Bless you, my cat is sneezing. Like I said, have not played Echoes of Wisdom. Star Wars Outlaws doesn't deserve it. It doesn't. It's not a good game. It's not well polished. It's not fun. The characters are boring. Silent Hill 2, have not played. Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, have not played. Probably just going to give it to Astrobot for this one. Alright, so next we have Best Action Game. We got Black Myth: Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 I have not played, but I've heard is a very fantastic game. Really well done. Stellar Blade, I've heard the same thing about. Again, haven't played it. Actually, I played a bit of the demo. It was just okay for me personally. I didn't want to put the money for it just because I wasn't sure, but I know it's a very good game. Helldivers 2, same thing, where I played it at launch. I played a lot of it, or same thing as I said before, where it fell off later during the game, but it was very good. Black Ops 6, don't have a lot to say about it. I don't really know what people are saying about it. Black Myth: Wukong is probably going to deserve this. It's very well put together. It's a very good game. It took the gaming world by storm. I think it deserves this category. Best VR AR, I don't really have VR AR, so I don't have a lot to say about any of these. Probably just going to give it to the Batman game because I'm a nerd like that. Next we have Best Mobile Game, kind of the same thing as VR. I don't have a lot to say about these. AFK Journey, I don't know. Balatro, I've seen, has now won a lot of categories, but I haven't played it, so I don't know. We got Pokemon the Pokemon card game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. Probably going to do ZZZ just because it's very... I like a lot of the vibe of ZZZ. I like the setting, the urban, the music is really good. I'm probably just going to go with that one here. Next we've got Best Debut Indie Game. Gonna be honest with you, haven't really played or touched any of these. I don't really know what any of these are. I've heard of Animal Well, Balatro, and Plucky Squire. Have not heard of Manor Lords or Pacific Drive. I don't really know any of these. So I'm just gonna give it to Animal Well because I like the kangaroo. Alright, next we got Best Independent Game, which I don't really know how that's different from Best Indie Game. For this one, I've actually heard of Neva, and I've heard that Neva is a very good game, that I think I'm just going to give it to that one. Best Community Support. So, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity, and games updates patches. It's surprising that No Man's Sky is on this list because it's a very old game, but every year it is on all of those lists, and every year I give it to No Man's Sky because it has done the most incredible thing when it launched, and it is still updating the game probably almost 10 years later now, and it's still being updated for free, and it's still very good. If that doesn't say community support, I don't know what does. Baldur's Gate 3 I think was great by the get-go. The updates, I don't know much about what the updates do. Final Fantasy 16, or is this 14? I think this is 14. I don't know what they do in terms of updates for that, so I'm not sure. Fortnite, same thing. Helldivers 2, I think, gets the opposite of community support, where the more they updated it, the more it got worse. So I'm going to give it to No Man's Sky. I do every time, and I think it deserves it. So next we have Best Ongoing, which I don't know how that's different from... I don't know how that is different from community support. I don't really want to vote for any of these, to be honest with you. I'm going to say Final Fantasy XIV, because Final Fantasy XIV has done a lot. I just don't know what the updates are, but I know it is still going very strong. I know Diablo 4 has had problems. I know Destiny 2 has had a lot of problems. Fortnite. Helldivers 2 I know has been having issues, so I'm just going to give it to Final Fantasy XIV. Games for Impact. Thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. So we got Closer, The Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Hellblade 2, and then Tales of Kenzira Zhao. I'm going to give it to Neva. I don't think Life is Strange does all that great. I think Hellblade 2 was okay. Don't know about the other three though. So I'm just going to do Neva. And then next, we are finally on the last list here. So we've got innovation in accessibility. Games with just accessibility features. I don't know about the accessibility features of any of these, but I'm probably just going to go with Black Ops 6 because I don't want to vote for Diablo 4. I'm not voting for Dragon Age. Prince of Persia Lost Crown, I don't know anything about. I know a little bit more about Black Ops 6. Star Wars Outlaws, I'm not voting for. So I'm going to give it to Black Ops 6. Next, we got Best Performance. Let's see, we got Brianna White from Rebirth. Let me double check whose voices in Rebirth. I wish they would put like the characters that they played on there so we know what characters are playing. Oh, okay, she plays Aerith. Yeah, that's going to probably take the cake, but I'm just going to read the others. We got Hannah Tell, we've got Humberly Gonzalez, we got Luke Roberts, and we've got Melina Juergens. Yeah, I'm going with Brianna White. There's no way I was not going to. What was done in Rebirth was absolutely incredible. Best audio design, so in-game audio and sound design. I'm assuming, I'm going to double check. Yeah, music and score is a different category. So this means like sound effects, things like that. I know Rebirth is very good. Black Ops 6, I don't know much about for those. Hellblade 2, same thing. Silent Hill 2, same thing. I'm probably going to go with Astrobot, though. Because from what I have seen, it is very clean and does very well with those audio designs. And so next we have music and score. We got Astrobot, we got Rebirth, we got Metaphor ReFantazio, we got Silent Hill, and we got Stellar Blade. I voted for Astrobot and the other two because I kind of figured it would be down to these two. I don't know who to give it to. Metaphor has a fantastic soundtrack. It's been going very hard. Though, what I will say about Metaphor is it kind of gets to a point where it's like you've got the certain ones that are very good, and a lot of the tracks kind of just meld together into the same song, where it feels very like genre. Obviously, it is genre specific, but to unfairly compare it to Persona 5 was very good with like the jazz vibes, but every song conveyed a completely different vibe. Whereas Metaphor, most of its songs kind of play a similar one. Final Fantasy Rebirth is probably going to steal this category for me. It's got very good battle themes, very good regular themes, and then the lyrical tracks are incredible. The one that is sung during the play to this day goes so hard, but like there are so many themes that I can remember, or like at the golden, I forget what it's called, the theme park place. You go on a date with one of your characters, and their theme is integrated into the game's theme, or like the theme for that area. And so I gotta give it to Final Fantasy Rebirth. I think it deserves this. Next, we have Best Art Direction. Outstanding creative or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Ooh, this one's going to be hard. So we got Astrobot, which is, like I said, very clean, very good. Black Myth: Wukong, which I think really portrays the Journey to the West theme so well, especially in its art design. Shadow of the Erdtree even too. I know I said I didn't really want to vote for it because it's a DLC. Why isn't there a DLC category, by the way? What the heck? But even that, art design, absolutely incredible. Metaphor ReFantazio. Oh boy. I'm going to get to that one in a bit because I think I'm going with Metaphor again. And then Neva also absolutely incredible. With Metaphor, you've got, so many good things in terms of design and animation, stuff like that. Like the monster designs, the humans in the game, incredible. The character designs, incredible. The color palette, in a lot of scenes, it's almost like it's painted on, like it's an art thing. The animations for, the battle animations, the fact that the camera moves in and out, the menu animations, like scrolling through the menu itself is fun. That I have to go with Metaphor. It's covered in art and it's amazing. Next we have Best Narrative. Final Fantasy Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. Oh boy. Again, I'm biased. I've played these two games, have not played these three games. Again, it's hard to choose between these two because Metaphor is the more recent one I've played, and I really liked the story of that one. The last half goes so hard with just reveal after reveal after reveal. But the Final Fantasy Rebirth storytelling is also so good that I just don't know what to pick between these. I think I'm going to go with Rebirth. I think I'm going to do Rebirth on this one. That's a hard choice, but I think I'm going to pick Rebirth. I don't really have a lot of reason as to why. It just feels right to me. Last two, Best Game Direction. So for creative vision, innovation in game direction, and game design. We got Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth: Wukong, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy Rebirth, ReFantazio. I think I'm going to give it to Black Myth: Wukong because it knew what it wanted to do. It knew what it wanted to be, and I think it was really what the gaming industry needed right now. And so I think I'm just going to give it to Wukong. And then we have Game of the Year, which is, I'm pretty sure, the same exact category. Yep. So we got the same votes for here too. So we got Astrobot, Balatro, Wukong, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. Man, I don't know what to pick, because other than maybe Shadow of the Erdtree, I don't know about Balatro, so I can't say, but the rest of these four deserve Game of the Year. Astrobot, in its field, was fantastic, a perfect game. It did exactly what it needed to do. Black Myth Wukong took the world by storm. So many people played the game, enjoyed the game. It was incredible. Shadow of the Erdtree, yes, it's DLC, but again, it did what it needed to do really well. Final Fantasy Rebirth, same thing. I think I want to vote for Rebirth, but I think the problem I have with Rebirth is, like I said earlier, with the world stuff, where there's a good portion of the game that you can just skip, and you're, in some cases, getting a better experience for skipping. That I think that takes it down from winning Game of the Year. And then you have Metaphor ReFantazio, which overall is a phenomenal game. I have said this multiple times throughout this game, but again, I think I'm going to give it to Metaphor. I really do. And I think the reason for that is, like I said with Final Fantasy, that I think it holds it back just a bit, which hurts, because I adore that game so much. Shadow of the Erdtree is great. I don't feel right voting a DLC for Game of the Year. If there was a DLC category, should have won that, 100%. But there isn't, and I don't know why. Black Myth Wukong, I haven't played enough of. I got filtered. I played a little bit of it, and the difficulty filtered me, but I'm still saying good praises about the game. Because the game wasn't for me doesn't mean it doesn't deserve a lot of this. But I think Wukong's going to get a lot of votes without me being a part of it, so I think I'm okay with not voting for it. Kind of the same thing with Astrobot. I haven't played a lot of it, and I also think that there's a very dedicated Astrobot fan base. So I am gonna stick with the gut here, and I played the most of these two games, and I think Metaphor wins out of these two. So I am going to go with that, and that is everything. Thank you all very much for listening to my ramblings of the Game of the Year. What do you guys think? What do you think the Game of the Year should win? What category do you think deserved to have a nomination that wasn't nominated? What's your favorite category? What categories would you like to see? Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic day, evening, night, whatever it may be. I'll see y'all.